Look at weather now, Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. And I know we were just talking that, I guess I was thinking the danger has lessened here with the Salinas River. We had said it was receding, but I guess we are getting more rain. So levels going up, you were saying?
Yeah, right now, at least the gauge at Spreckles, which is at the bridge there at 68, it is going back up, but it is still a lot lower than it was on Friday. So some good news. It is not expected to get as high as it was on Friday, but it may continue to head upward over the next couple of days as all the rain that we've received this weekend does head down into the valley. Again, it takes a couple of days for all of that moisture and all that rain to make it down toward the coast in that bigger river basin there. But luckily, they didn't get a lot of heavy rain farther to the south, so we're not expecting a huge wave of water to come down the river. Also, the Pajaro River is going to go back up a little bit as well as we head into tomorrow before receding. Let's take a look, though, at live look right now of what's going on in Monterey. A little windy in Monterey as well, especially if you're up on the hill there. And on the south side of the peninsula as well, we've seen some pretty gusty winds tonight as this system moves through. Now we have been advertising this as the last big system rolling through the region before we start to dry out. So we're going to talk about what's to come next in a moment, but we got to get through this first tonight. We're still seeing quite a bit of rainfall. It's been more focused across the Santa Cruz Mountains over the last couple of hours as we've just had this shield of rain moving from kind of southwest to northeast across the region. The surface area low pressure is sitting right here offshore. This is just going to kind of slide through overnight tonight. And then behind it, we'll see some instability into the day tomorrow, which will keep the shower and thunderstorm machine going. The full high-level atmospheric river is well to our south already, so luckily we're not looking at a very deep plume of moisture hitting our mountains, and that's why we're only looking at light to moderate rain right now as opposed to that moderate to heavy rain, which we often get when we see these atmospheric rivers lined up perfectly with the weather system and causing all sorts of problems. But we can see another little swirl back here and a lot of speckled clouds. This is cold air aloft. It is very unstable, and that's going to keep rounds of showers and thunderstorms, I think, even moving through the region as we head through the day tomorrow. So we'll be over this first shield of rain overnight, but then the shower machine's going to keep going. Beyond that, well, things changing a little bit. I've been talking about how we've been in an El Nino style pattern over the last couple of months. Let's just say it, months, where we've had the jet stream just kind of aligned west to east across the Pacific and just hammering us with storm system after storm system, tapping into tropical moisture and just fire hosing the coast with it. But we are in La Nina right now, and that is a phenomenon that occurs in the equatorial Pacific Ocean, if you will, and it is cooler than normal water, and that also has impacts on the greater weather pattern around the world. Now, we don't actually have La Nina offshore or El Nino offshore. It's all the way down here, and it's just the water temperature change. That's what it is. That's the phenomenon. It just can change the weather pattern a bit sometimes. Now, during La Nina, often we see what we're going to see here in a moment. After one last weather system, I know I was talking about this is the last major weather system coming through right now. We have one more weather system coming through midweek that's a fast mover. Don't have to worry about that one too much, I don't think. But a La Nina pattern typically shows up with a ridge of high pressure off the west coast, blocking storm systems to the north. You've heard me, if you've watched my weathercasts over the last 3 years when we've been dry, we've been talking about this a lot. High pressure sitting offshore, blocking weather systems to the north, keeping conditions dry for us. Well, that's going to set back up again, it looks like, as we head toward the end of the week and probably for the next couple of weeks. So expect some drier conditions to kind of calm things down a bit finally. In the meantime, there are still some alerts. Again, we have a lot of water rushing toward the coast still from all the rain we've seen. Tides are a little high right now. On top of that, we've got some high surf. It's not crazy high surf, but still some bigger swells coming in at times. That's going to cause an increased risk of coastal flooding, so keep that in mind. That's through tomorrow. Futurecast is showing this first wave, again, starting to move out in the area of low pressure at the surface moves through tonight. And then behind it, we'll probably get a bit of a break through the morning rush, although I still expect some wet roadways. And then as we head into the afternoon tomorrow, we'll start to see rounds of showers and thunderstorms moving through the region. And that may last all day tomorrow and perhaps all the way into Tuesday morning with just a few more lingering showers. After that, this system's gone and we're going to get a break, except that 1 weak system coming through midweek. In the meantime, additional rainfall in between now and tomorrow, probably a couple more inches in our coastal mountain cities around the bay. Maybe half an inch, I think. You'll be more lucky on the north side of the bay. Let's quickly look at your temperatures today. It was cold today. If you're outside at all, really felt like winter. I think If you were outside, you probably felt that it was a good day to have like a cup of hot chocolate in your hand to keep your fingers warm. Tomorrow will be very similar, except you'll be dodging showers and thunderstorms. 54 in Santa Cruz tomorrow. That's cool for this time of year. 54 also Watsonville, Salinas. 54 might be as warm as it gets anywhere tomorrow. In fact, over to the peninsula. 53 in Monterey tomorrow, only 52 in Pacific Grove. These highs almost 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. And then farther south, lots of low 50s and even some spots only topping out in the 40s. Looking at that 7-day forecast. Rounds of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Maybe you still have the day off. I've got us dry on Tuesday. Again, there might be an isolated shower early in the morning, but that's it. Then that next system late Wednesday into Thursday, and then drier weather through the rest of the week. Now, it doesn't warm up all that much. We're going to have a cool air mass in place, so even though the sun might come back out at times this week, it's not necessarily going to be all that warm. I think by next weekend, we'll start to feel a little bit warmer. Inland area, similar situation again. One more, we got the system tonight, and then one more weaker system midweek, which is going to come by while you're sleeping probably. And outside of the cold temperatures, at least we're going to dry out, guys.